Yeah, I'm easy. Easy like Sunday morning. Oh, you know I'm easy. Easy like Sunday morning. I love that song. Don't you love that song? You could have told me like last week that on Drinks with Dempsey on Friday and on the show last Sunday that I touch my eyes a lot. Like I just happened to like I was looking through it and I was because sometimes I'll just go back and watch just to make sure that the sound was good, the video was good, and I wanted to check because I did the whole like new new angle with the camera as the phone instead of the computer camera, which was terrible. Right. What was I talking about? You don't even remember? Sometimes I don't even know why I pay you. Seriously? Maybe I don't pay you enough. Oh, hey. Good morning, everybody. Oh, I was talking about touching my eyes. I just noticed. Thanks for telling me that I touch my eyes a lot. Well, they're itchy. My eyes are itchy. It's allergy season. Good morning, everybody. Yes, that's a nice little fire in the background there I've got going. It's a little chilly, a little windy. Good Sunday morning to you guys. Good morning, Deborah. Top of the morning to you, Michelle and Carrie. Jonathan. It's good to see you guys. It's bright and sunny right here where I am. I had to choose between sitting in the shade and sitting or standing with the sun at my back, but then it's just annoying for you, and the lighting's just not right. I can also tell that my phone is a little crooked here, but I'm not going to adjust it anymore because I've already done that. So unless you 13,000 wonderful viewers who are watching live right now uh, have a problem with it, I'm just going to leave it as it is. So cheers, everybody. Happy Coffee Sunday. It's good to be here. Got my Yeti full of delicious Perk coffee, and today I'm drinking. I know I've been drinking Perk a lot, but I'm still waiting for my Black Rifle Coffee Company order. Maybe if I placed the order, that would help it get here sooner, since I haven't actually placed the order. So, good morning, Candace. Call me Valerie. It's good to see you. Hey, Michael, did you get your prizes? I hope you got them. What's up, Keith? So yeah, Keith, how did the bowling thing go? You did that already, right? How'd that go? The charity event, or is it? Gotta let this coffee cool a little. That sounds a little ridiculous, but it's so hot. Whew. It almost burns, but not quite. That's perfect. I don't know what that temperature is. I need to get a thermometer when my coffee reaches the perfect temperature so that I know. Then I can be one of those weirdos who walks into a coffee shop and is like, yes, I'd like a cup of black coffee, and it needed to be precisely 140 degrees. I mean, I've never heard anybody order it like that, but I'm sure it's happened. Man, we got a lot of people in here today. Look at you guys bringing it. Yeah. All right, there's a ton of you in here today. I've never seen this many for Coffee Nation. Hashtag Coffee Nation. Whew, I'm excited. I'm excited about the new stuff that I've got that I've been designing for you guys in my limited spare time. And I'm excited about the new stories we're working on. We're going to have some fun. Snowing there again. Oh, man. Oh, C.W. McCall's dead. Oh. Well, he was 93. That's a pretty good run. I mean, That's pretty much maxing it out, right? Don't mean to be callous about that, but that's a long time. How was dinner on Friday? the, the dinner on Friday. So Chad, let me come back to this. Oh, you're drinking, Ray's drinking that Jalisco coffee. Good man. All right. You put a little of the special stuff in there. Drinking prehistoric perk. I love it, man. I love prehistoric perk. I got a reload on them too, actually. And they're local. Perk coffee from Savannah, which is what I'm drinking today, is it's become one of my favorites. Prehistoric perk though, I guess they like to perk. Those two companies like to perk things up. They should have a jingle. Like jingles like work up, wake up, perk up with perk. Like something stupid like that. Probably sell less coffee. Oh, awesome. Good. Awesome. Glad you got your prize, buddy. Very cool. Very cool. It's like took me a little longer, but what's up, Tom? Oh, that's great. That is spectacular. And you finished 12th out of 400. But that's a good amount of money, man. Way to go. That's huge. That is awesome. Very cool. Very cool. Oh, cool, Jim. Awesome, man. Tom. Is Tom my favorite little lamb? Yeah, I remember that because we were on this porch and it's like, be a good little lamb. All right. Okay. Your sons are in bowling leagues. That's cool. Oh, and he beat Keith by a pin. You guys are some bowlers. Yeah. What's up, Ty from Cambodia? Welcome, dude. Ty, are you living the nomad life over there in Cambodia? There's a lot of digital nomads heading over there. Hmm. Very interesting. So to answer your question about the dinner on Friday, and if you want to know why I was laughing, good morning, Dennis. Here's why I was laughing so much. Oh my! Got to buy more propane today. No, that'll be cheap. Can't believe it's already out again. Anyway, the the dinner on Friday. This is a great topic. So my wife and I are not. Oh, good. Oh, good. Excellent. If you're on Dak Harper and you finished the Sean Wyatt series, and you're working on finishing Dak, well, I'm gonna have another Dak story for you in June, and another Dak story for you in August probably, and another Dak story for you in September, October, something like that. If I'm realistic, that's how the release schedule will look. I was shooting for 10 books this year, and that's an ambitious goal, and I said that from the beginning. In December, when I made that proclamation that I was going to do it, I thought that like, okay, I could hammer down. I could do 10. 10 is doable, but I also knew it was going to be really hard to get there. And I'm probably not going to get there, but I'm confident I can still publish 6 to 8 books this year. Probably 8. So, and I said that too at the time. 8's more realistic. So, anyway, back to the dinner conversation. So, I was raised very religious, right? And I'm still a Seventh-day Adventist Christian. Most of you regulars know that. But I'm not super religious. Like I don't like I have issues with organized religion, as many people do, and because I don't know, feels certain things that feel antiquated, disingenuous, whatever. So my wife and I, though, we're very spiritual people. You know, we're very into the spiritual stuff. We just the organized part of it we don't get down with. And I don't like going and sitting and listening to sermons on Saturdays and just like it's just not. They're always telling me stuff I already know, right? So what am I doing? So we take our kid to Sabbath school, which is like Sunday school, and we do that. But this all is the groundwork, Chad, for your question. So we we were invited to the Agape Feast, right? Because all the parents were invited to the Agape Feast to my kid's school. And so this was this Friday evening dinner that we're gonna go to, and they were like, "Yeah, it's gonna be great. You're gonna have we're gonna have dinners provided. You don't have to bring anything. It's just gonna be a nice evening, getting together." And I was like, "That sounds great. I love Mediterranean food. My wife loves Mediterranean food. Our kid will get to see all our school friends. We'll get to hang out. It'll be nice. Nice little way to roll into the weekend." And no, I have not been to Angkor Wat before, Ty, but I believe I've included it in a story. So anyway, yeah, this is gonna be a good story. Morning, Shannon. So I'm like, yes, let's go to this dinner, and my wife she's all sketchy, and she's funny because we talk about this. The older we get, the less we want to be around people we don't really know or consider to be close, right? Um, and that's sort of like a reclusive thing, that you want to kind of back away from society a little bit, and so. I mean, I get it. Like I'm shy too. Like I walk into a room and I'm just like I just don't want anybody to look at me. But then when somebody starts talking to me, then I'll just talk their ear off for like 2 hours, and then they hate themselves. But we go to this dinner, okay, and Megan's apprehensive the whole time. Like when I told her about it a week and a half ago, she's like, "Wait, what?" I said, "Yeah, it's dinner. All the parents are gonna be there. Kids." She's like, "Ugh." I'm like, what's the big deal? What's the problem? She had no idea. I had no idea too, by the way. So we go to the dinner, and a friend of mine's dad is a pastor, and he actually gave like a 25-minute sermon before the dinner. So I did, and it was good. He did a good job, and he included some interesting historical stuff, from the Middle East. It was really neat, and stuff like that. I just didn't know we were getting a sermon with our meal, and it was fine. But that wasn't the funny part. So we finished eating, and all the kids are like wanting to go outside to the playground because this was in the school gym, right? So they want to go out on the playground and play. And Megan goes, "That's all you. You can go out there and watch the kids." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's a little chilly. I didn't want to do it." I was like, "I've got my jacket in the car. I'll go out there with the kids, hang out on the playground." Megan clearly doesn't want to do it. I'll fall on the sword, go out there and endure the screaming and all the mayhem. Yeah, I've got my phone. It's not that bad, right? Play around on the internet while you're sort of watching the kids play. I mean, who's really watching kids on playgrounds? Were people watching us in the 80s? Or some of you in the 70s on playgrounds? Some of you in the 60s on playgrounds? Probably not. Kids were like made of rubber back then. It was just like, I knew this one kid, Paul Doe, that broke his arm on a slide. He was about to go out this slide, and his arm got hung up, and like, I'm laughing because it was like 38 years ago, so he's okay now. But anyway, I don't know what my daughter is doing right there by the door. Anyway, so I'm like, sure, I'll take one for the team and go out there with the kids. Good morning, Dr. Kelly. Good morning, Kat. So I'm out there with the kids, and I'm out there for a while. Like, I'm out there for like 30 minutes. And I'm thinking, like, when is this thing going to get over? It's getting close to 8 o'clock. Arden's bedtime is like 8:30. We need to, we try to keep that bedtime consistent because I like to have at least some semblance of a nightlife, where I can play video games or watch a show or read or do a little extra work. And so I'm wondering, I'm like, what's going on? Well, my brother-in-law comes out, Raphael comes out, my sister's husband. And because their daughter is in like 6th grade there, 5th grade, 4th grade, I don't remember. She's getting old. But so Raphael comes out, he's giggling. I'm like, what's so funny? He goes, dude, I didn't realize that we were getting roped into a Vespers service with this dinner. And I said, what? And he goes, yeah, in there's like this whole Vespers going on. Well, right then Megan texts me, and she sends me this video, and she's got her phone is like down, like underneath the table top, so people can't see it, but she's looking down at it, and the look on her face is hilarious. And I can hear them singing Amazing Grace in the background. But it's like one of those old school sounding, like tiny church in the middle of the countryside, hands waving in the air, sort of like, like right out of the hymnal, right? And I love that song. Don't get me wrong. It's a beautiful song. It should be played at every Irish funeral. But the fact that Megan's not an Adventist, right? She is by default, right, through marriage, but she's not really into the whole dogma of it. And and so for her to be in that situation, what's up, Jeff Long? She was so ready to leave. And that look on her face was just like, she's watching her phone. She's just like, I'm like, this is what you left me in? Well, you're the one that sent me out with the kids. I would have been in there, and I was born and raised in that briar patch. I'm fine with it. She was too, but she was raised like fundamental Southern Baptist or something like that. So she was born and raised in that briar patch too. So I said to Rafi, I said, oh my goodness, the school just totally catfished us. They come, and he started like dying laughing. I said, man, they totally catfished us. They roped us in with this whole, like, hey, guys, come to this free agape feast dinner. It's going to be lovely fellowship with the other parents, and the kids can get together. They totally roped us in with this. And at the end of it was like, that's how people get roped into Amway. Hey, come on over. We're cooking nice dinner. We're gonna have some good food and drinks and hang out afterwards. Just good time, right? It's gonna be fun. And I know a woman, by the way, who made $1 million selling Amway. She's a machine. But that's what it felt like. Here's this lovely meal, and here you go. And now we're going to have Vespers. And this is like, oh my goodness, seriously? Okay, these golfers down here. There's like 5 of them on the green. That's a heavy group for this early in the morning, fellas. But they they're like looking at me funny, like, what is this dude doing talking on his porch? Like, what's he doing? Is he doing FaceTime with somebody? Who is that guy? Dude, Chad, I'm telling you, if you could have seen, I'll send it to you. I may post it. I don't think she would get mad if I posted it. She's got all the windows open. She's watching me. Megan's watching me. Guys, we're setting a record for the most people watching this show live, by the way. Do me a favor, hit a like button on there, hit a share button, make a comment, hashtag Coffee Nation. Let's get this thing rolling. But yeah, I might share that video that Megan sent just so you have some context, because it was hilarious. And the irony of her sending me out with the kids, I was the one that got off easy. It was pretty great. That said, it was a wonderful time. I love that school. That's where I went. I love, the people. It's a really good situation. It's a great scenario. I love it. But we're just not, we're just not into that part of the scene. Again, I am a very spiritual person, but yeah, it's pretty funny. Your Amway. So this is the thing too, like with Amway, like there's people that do crush it, right? I mean, it's a legitimate system, and there's like top tier, like Warren Buffett is even all like has said in the past that like these types of oh look, we've done it, 33,000 people watching live, we've set the record, this is amazing. You guys did it. You got us over the record. Now the next mark is 40. This is great. Oh, thank you so much, Robin. But yeah, like it was. So there was this movie in the 90s called Go, which was sort of about like ecstasy culture in the 90s, right? And I don't know if some of you were probably older than that scene. Some of you were younger than that scene, but in the 90s, ecstasy was a big deal, and people like, and I had a lot of friends that used it. I was drugs weren't my thing, but like I knew a lot of people that did that stuff, and I went one time. This like girl that I was dating went to some ecstasy party. They call them rolling parties, and I went in there, and it was the weirdest scene I've ever walked into in my life. Like people laying around on the floor and just staring at a ceiling fan and like, touching their face. It was the weirdest thing. And I was like, I'm going to get out of here. But they, there was this movie called Go, and it was all about that sort of culture and like this sort of story of this deal gone bad or whatever. But there's this great scene where these two guys, they're cops, and they're like this gay couple of cops, and they invite some of these characters over for dinner. And it's weird because they think that like the characters think that these cops were busting them for having drugs, and what they're actually doing is trying to recruit them into Amway, but it's called Confederated Products. But they're these two gay guys, and the characters think that they're recruiting them for some sort of like swinger party, right? Like some sort of like open relationship stuff. And these people, they had this great big meal and all this, and like, okay, we probably need to go. And then they're like, well, you don't need to go yet. And so he's like, what did you think of that wine? Like, it was good. And what did you think of? Oh, I remember, it was a straight couple, and the two guys were, the two dudes were gay, and they thought they were trying to rope them into some like weird swinger party, and they were like, the wine was okay, and he's like, I knew it. See, I told him. And then it was they like there's this big buildup, like to the big awkward moment where you're like, they're gonna ask them if they want to join in on some like crazy sex party, and just when you think that that's about to happen, they say, "Have you heard of Confederated products?" It's like the wine that you loved so much, and he was just like, "It's okay." He tells them you loved it so much. The food, even that roast. And they're all looking around like it's all Confederated products. So like they're leaving. I can't remember if they left with pamphlets or whatever, but it was a great twist. It was a great twist, and I experienced that twist on a religious level 2 nights ago. Totally catfished. Oh my goodness. I love that you guys sell Amway though. I love it. This is the thing though, they have some good stuff. I mean, I've bought some before. It's just don't have the time to sell it. Loving Coffee Nation. Oh, thank you. I know. I love it too. I'm hanging out with you guys. Yeah, they did. They saved the Vespers program for after the meal, so it was good. And look, there's nothing wrong with that. Like that's fine. They didn't tell. This is the thing. Like it would have been no problem with the Vespers thing. It's just that it would have been if they had said that, like, hey, we're doing an agape feast, so we're gonna have dinner and then Vespers, right? Include that. Like, go ahead and tack that on so that I know what to expect. Maybe most of the families there, it was like a given. They already understood that, right? Like, there was gonna be a part of the thing. It was a Vespers thing. Maybe they knew that. Hey, what's up, Heather? It's good to see you. Man, I love it when Heather pops in because she's got that cool picture and she's got that great last name, LeBlanc. One of my favorite 90s actors, Matt LeBlanc. The food was fine. It was kind of simple, like they had falafels and tzatziki sauce and tzatziki, I never know, tzatziki sauce, and they had some hummus, some veggies, some fruit. It was real basic. When you're in Adventist land, it's you're never gonna have any like meat at those kind of things because Seventh-day Adventists are a vegetarian culture. So we're raised. Most of us are raised vegetarian. I'm not currently a vegetarian, but I also don't like get down on a bunch of meat all the time. But yeah, they like at a real agape feast, it would be like at a non-denominational one. It would be like there'd probably be some sort of fish there and some grilled chicken and lamb and stuff like gyro meat, stuff like that, which in hindsight would have been awesome. But it was good. It was fine. Whatever. It was good. Yeah, Dennis. Good to see you again. Allison's here. Excellent. Better. Well, I hope they're entertaining stories. I don't know. Sometimes I don't have any stories to tell in the morning, and I'm just sitting here trying to figure out. Well, maybe that really hasn't happened. Ernie's always got something to say, doesn't he? Did you just refer to yourself in the third person? Yes, I did. I don't like doing that. Oh, Mennonite family about some healthy drink pyramid scheme. I love those Mennonites though, because they're Amish capitalists, right? I've never heard it described that way, but that's the best way I can describe it. Is that they're Amish capitalists. Yeah, that's really interesting. Mennonites, them and the Amish, man, they know how to cook. Woo. Visit those towns. Man, what's up, Kowalski? Things seem to be getting safer in your neck of that woods. That's good. You like the coat? Yeah, I'll stand back. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there. I have to sort of sit up a little bit. But so this coat, I made myself. I wish I had that skill. That would be cool. I don't have the patience for that. I do know how to sew, but I got this coat a few years ago. I ordered it online, and it wasn't expensive. I was like, whoa, that's a nice looking coat for a good price. I'm gonna buy it. Now I will say this: you get what you pay for. This pocket, I mean, days after getting it, this pocket, the sewing, the stitching came undone, and it's got a hole in it. So that pocket's basically useless for carrying anything. But thank you. I'm glad you liked it. Very, very nice thing to say. What we got here on time? Oh, we're already at 30 minutes. I don't really want to quit, but I got to go to either Lowe's or Home Depot or Ace Hardware and get some fertilizer for the shrubs and trees, because our stuff seems to be blooming later than everyone else's. So I guess I need to do a little yard work. And then maybe some bird seed. Got to feed the birds. Oh, we just hit a new record for viewers. Oh my goodness, we're skyrocketing now. Finally, 2 years. 2 years after the creation of this show, we're actually doing it, guys. To the moon, Alice. To the moon, Alice. Let's take this puppy to the moon. Oh, ooh, another. We just set a new record again. It's getting more and more people. Man, this is great. This is exciting. We might have, man, in a couple of weeks, if we can progress like this, we can get to 100,000. We need to treat this show more like Amway. Rope people in with the promise of free coffee that they get to watch me drink, and then let them down with a sales pitch. If you like coffee, then you might also like books. This guy's got plenty of them. Drop a link in the comments. There is maybe you guys don't know this. So yeah, 33K. What's up, cousin Jay? What's up, cousin Jay Dempsey? Very nice. That's right. But there is a way that actually, so this is fun. Maybe some of you don't know this, because I'm going to blow the lid off this thing right now. So there is a way that you can make money pushing my books to other people, right? You can do that. It won't be a lot of money, but it'll be like gas money, although that's a lot of money now. So maybe like half a tank. There is a way. So Amazon has, I don't know if I've told you guys about this before, but Amazon has an affiliate program, Amazon Associates. You sign up for that, and you get affiliate links that you can share with people. Now, it's real sketchy on how you share them with, on social media. But if you're sharing them through email or your website or whatever, texting people these links, I think it works okay. You have to look at the terms of service. But yeah, you could do that. Like people that you think might like the books, you sign up for that, share those affiliate links, you make up like 6% or whatever they buy. We're not so authors aren't supposed to necessarily do that. Some authors use it for tracking purposes, because we really don't. You don't make much. You make like pennies, but it's good for tracking. It's good to track, and it doesn't cost the customer anything extra. But you could do that. You could, you guys could, if you're looking to if you really want to bring more into the fold, and you do it with books, you do it with other people's books, you do it with products. It's an interesting thing. Book pushers, that's right. Yeah, you book pushers. I need you guys to get out there, push these books. Oh, I know you have. All you guys do that. That's why I continue to be able to do this for a living. That bird is loud. Do you guys want me to stop doing the show outside? Because the bird's loud. I know you'd like the train. But I feel like throwing a rock up there, but I know if I did it, I'd hit a neighbor's window or something. Oh, they got a nest up there. That's what it is. Oh, they're not going anywhere. I do like that bird song, though. You want me to keep doing it outside or inside? Michael, what was your question? No? Stay outside? Wait, what's the no? The no is, what did I ask? Do you want me to do it inside? So you want me to stay outside? Oh, okay, I got you. No bother. Okay. Well, I try to do it outside as often as I can because, it's better than fighting the noise inside the house. But sometimes it's too cold, so I have to. Oh, the birds wake you up. Okay, guys, I got you. Use the slingshot. I haven't seen one of those in a long time. Pop. My luck, I would accidentally hit the poor bird, and I would feel terrible. Like I'd accidentally hit it, and I'd see a bunch of feathers go poof, and I'd be like, oh no, I killed that bird. And then essentially it's family because it's definitely going to have babies up there, right? The sun's starting to move, so I'm starting to get into the shadow a little bit here. Okay. If you guys love the birds, cool. No, great. Okay. Yeah, you're just along for the ride. I love it. Wrist rocket. Yeah, you guys did it, man. We broke a record today on Coffee Nation. Great job. Hashtag Coffee Nation or # Coffee Nation. Which Sean Wyatt book is the most popular? Great question. That could be based on reviews or based on most sales. I mean, Secret of the Stones, I think, still leads the way mostly because it's book one, and so that's where people start. Unfortunately, it's not my best book because it was my first book, and so I do see some attrition from book one to book two. There's a drop off, not a horrible drop off, but there's a drop off. And book two was also not my best book. I really started getting into a good groove with my storytelling style in book 3 and 4, and so I don't know. Sometimes I tell people to start with book 4, and then they can go back and fill in the gaps with books 1 through 3. And books 1 through 3 are a trilogy. In hindsight, maybe that was a mistake from a strategic perspective to do it that way, but that was how I saw the story unfolding. And quite frankly, I didn't know I was going to write dozens of books, of Sean Wyatt books. And so we're tied at the record again for viewership. 37, 39, we've almost hit 40. Oh, if you have one more share and we could have 40,000 viewers live. Oh, it's back to 38. Oh, we were so close. I have been a birder. I was a birder. So yeah, I tell people book 4 or 5 is a good, either Grecian Manifesto or Norse Directive are great places to start. I usually lead off with those two, and then I tell them to go back and read Secret. Now, a lot of you guys love Secret of the Stones, and that's what got you hooked, and that's cool. But as far as the quality of the writing, I think it got better around book 4 or 5, like book 3 really. So I think I've said that before, but oh, what? Oh no. Okay, book 1 kept you reading more, so there you go. There's the answer. That's probably a better question for the rest of you guys in the group. Apple throws. Whoops. Wow. Was the Dove's unlucky day? Ray, you're savage. Okay, so see books 1 through 3, people are saying all in after book 1. Great. Here you go. And they only get better, I hope. I am going to focus more on the adventure aspect and the exploration aspect in the next Sean Wyatt book. So I am toning back. Again, I don't don't look too much into this. There's going to still be plenty of action. I'm just toning back the killing a little, because I think I was getting a little heavy on the killing thing and the saving the world thing, and that's all good. But yeah, I don't want to be just the author that just uses a bunch of like gunfight scenes to like get the story done. So moving out of this shade a little bit. Nah, it's not gonna work. I'm gonna still be in the shade. Oh well. This Spielberg didn't know there would be. Yeah. Yep. That's right. That's right. There he is. Look who's up bright and early this morning. Jim Motz. My man. Well, I appreciate that, Carrie. Thank you so much. Yes, Allison, I'm with you. I think my two favorite stories, I think Templar Curse is my favorite story because of the twist at the end and the theory behind it. And then I'm not giving any spoilers, buddy. No spoilers. And then my other favorite one was, I think, Forbidden Temple, because this mystery is so real and so weird, and you have an international government, the government of India, that's afraid to open that vault and that temple because of the curse. Like, these are rational, normal folks, just like you and me, over there in India, governing body, and they will not open the vault of that temple because there's a curse on it. I mean, would you open it? It's rumored to have over $1 trillion worth of treasure in it. I mean, I think I'd be willing to risk the curse. I mean, like, let's see. I could, believe that there's this superstitious thing that's going to kill me if I open this. Or I could buy a country. The risk to reward seems pretty solid to me. I mean, I think pot odds are in your favor there. But yeah, Forbidden Temple. The only thing about Forbidden Temple is the villain was so quirky and weird, and I did that on purpose. I made him quirky and weird, but he's this kind of loony Hollywood guy, over the top environmentalist that, has become like almost a religious zealot of environmental stuff, and so he was interesting. I think the villains in the Templar Curse were way more intense, but awesome. That's good to hear, Michelle. I love it. Oh, that's cool. That's neat. I like to hear how you guys got roped into my pyramid scheme of books. I gave you the Amway pitch of how you guys could make money selling books. Amazon Associates or Amazon, it might have changed the name, whatever it is. Amazon affiliate program. There are people that do really well with that. They sell, they're hawking tech stuff, but they do review sites and things like that. It's good. It's good. They make money for their work and they're helpful. I love reviews because, especially video reviews, because then it's like, okay, yeah, I'm going to use this product. This person loves it. Yeah, the Dak books, I think that that fits more with his character, his line. I mean, Sean was obviously a madman when he worked for Axis, but yeah, it's. I think that's how I'm steering it. Is a little more, get back to my roots, a little more Indiana Jones-ish with Sean, and a little more Lee Child with Dak, if that makes sense. So Jack Reacher type with Dak. So very cool. Very cool. I love that, man. It's so good. You see a smile on my face? It makes me smile. Man, I was using TikTok. I was using TikTok for a little bit there, and I might come back to it. But I saw some weird stuff about TikTok, and I read conspiracy theories sometimes. Usually I come up with my own, and then I find other people talking about it, and I'm like, okay, so and it was funny. Russell Brand was saying the other day, he's like, what was that joke? He said, what's the difference between a conspiracy theory and reality, or something like that? I'm telling the joke wrong, but he said about 6 months. And so we're seeing that now, and please, no political discussions or anything like that, or comments like that. I don't like to get into that on this. That's for other websites or Twitter. But we're starting to see some things come to light that were 6 months ago called conspiracy theories, right? And so it's always funny, but I love to look into that stuff, but I don't get, I'm a hard sell. I'm a skeptic until I connect the dots, but the dots connect more often than you'd think, right? But I've heard several experts, including a couple of like former security people from the government, talking about how TikTok's dangerous and how it basically gives access to a lot of other apps and things on your phone. So I'm gonna have to look. I actually deleted it from my phone out of prudence, not paranoia, and I'm gonna research it more to make sure that like it's not some like crazy like Chinese Trojan horse is what that's what the conspiracy folks say, right? It's a Chinese Trojan horse. I'm gonna need to research it a little more before I decide. But to be safe, I'm just gonna keep it. You gotta keep your digital life safe. So yeah, yeah. I know. It was crazy, right? Good times. It was fun to do it like that. That was back when COVID was going on, and I wanted to give you guys something to look forward to every day of the work week, and including the shows on the weekends. And but yeah, that was a fun project to write a chapter a day and post it, and get you guys feedback on it. And it was great. It was cool. Well, uh, I've been to Oak Island. Not me, but my stories have been. So I'm not sure I can send Dak there because Sean's already been there. Maybe you haven't read that one yet. Awesome. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That's probably Norse Directive, yeah. There you go. Yeah, that's a strange thing, right? That's a strange thing. They keep looking, and it's just the I don't know what to think of Oak Island. I've had my theories in the past. I know I have some current, but I mean, my theory that I put in that story about Oak Island is actually still my theory. I it is out there. It's crazy, but it is plausible, and I think that it's entirely possible that what I said happened with the treasure at Oak Island. I think that it's entirely possible that something like that happened and is is what was there, and where that treasure that was there, I totally believe could be where I suggested it was in that book. I'm trying to dance around the spoilers for those of you who haven't read that book, and I'm not going to tell you which book. Women's boat race, is that rowing? You talking about rowing? That should be no shocker. Cambridge is like it's a rowing town, isn't it? My boy James Blatch lives over there. Mad love to James Blatch, who's just launched a pre-order for his newest book, the Dark Flight or something. I think it's the Dark Flight. If you haven't checked out James Blatch, he's a good friend, English fellow over there. He's in Cambridge, and big Cambridge United fan. Lovely guy, awesome person. Truly one of my favorite friends in the author world. And James took a long time to write his first book called The First Flight. His dad was a pilot, an RAF pilot, and so he's got these cool stories, and definitely worth checking out. James Blatch, Blatch, and he's got I can't remember if he's got. I know the first one was out, and I know another one's on pre-order. That might be the third one. There might be a second one in there. It seems like I haven't read. If there's a second one, I haven't read it yet. It's worth checking out, and just a great person. Just a really great person. Ooh, look, I gotta go soon. I think I'm gonna extend this show to 45 minutes because 30 minutes isn't long enough, but an hour will be too much. I don't think that'll fly very well on a Sunday morning. But Umberto Eco asked if he believes in conspiracy theories. You responded, no, but I believe in conspiracy practice. Yeah. Dude, you want to talk about a legit writer? Umberto Eco. It's almost hard to read his stuff because it's so well written. Nobody talks that way. Nobody thinks that way. It is, but it's so proper, and it's so poetic and fluid, and like it's not easy to read. It's a bit chewy, it's hard to read it, but he's a true word artist, He really is. A philosopher. Thank you for telling me, Allison. I'm glad I'm doing the show instead of watching it. I don't think they're going to get relegated, but I think they will finish one spot above the drop. That's what I think. I think Everton will finish 16th or 17th. I think they'll finish 17th. And because they're terrible. Absolutely terrible. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm not even wearing my jersey today. Buddy, I don't want to spoil it. If I tell you which book it is, then you'll already know the ending. So you're just going to have to keep plowing through the stories. And you'll see. Unless you message me and say it's okay if you spoil the ending location, just tell me what book it is. Just message me and I'll tell you what book it is. Yeah, the head of the Charles. Yeah. Yep. So the biggest rowing event, and here's why I know this. My wife was a rower. I'm coming back in a minute. I'm sorry. There she is in the window. My wife was a rower. There she is. And she rowed at University of Tennessee, Chattanooga, which is actually a really good rowing program because the university is parked right next to the Tennessee River. So their rowing program is really good. And she got roped into it by one of her best friends. She'd never rowed before. And so years when Megan and I started dating, she was like, hey, we want to go down to the rowing, to the regatta down the river. And I'm like, what regatta? And she's like, the rowing regatta. It's like the second biggest rowing regatta in the world. And I'm like, what are you talking about? We go down there and it is crazy. There are, high schools, like a few high schools, but colleges from all over the country. Every college that has a rowing program comes to this regatta. She said, yeah, the only one that's bigger is the one in Cambridge. I'm like, well, that makes sense. But yeah, didn't know. Head of the Hooch was big too down in on the Chattahoochee, but I think that this one's bigger, she said, and that one's the third biggest one in the world. Pretty cool though, right? So yeah, I've heard of the Cambridge rowing, head of the Cambridge. That's cool. Shelly, that's a nice question, and I appreciate you. I know why you asked that. Thank you. I think I might make a little more from the sale of the book, but it kind of depends. I get paid on Kindle Unlimited. I get paid on pages read. So if it's a longer book that is the same price as one of the other ones, then I might make more on the pages read of a longer book. But to be honest, like it's all about what's best for you guys, right? And I mean that uh, because especially now, and I know there's a lot of you out there that don't do Kindle. There's some of you that just do paperback. I respect that. I know I'm 51 minutes. I got to go. I got to get back in there, and I got to get to the hardware store. Um, but here's the thing. Right now, especially the American economy, we're experiencing bad inflation, right? And prices of goods and services. Please, no political comments, by the way, guys. We don't do that here. But like, prices of goods and services is way up. Gas prices are up. All these things are. It's getting more expensive. It's harder to put food on the table. Um, and of course, everyone has to raise their prices as a result of that, including writers, right? Because our bills have gone up, so everybody suffers, uh, and I think that some of that's being felt across the globe. So I believe that subscription-based businesses like a Kindle Unlimited are going to be a great value for people, and it took me a lot of thought and soul searching when I decided to go exclusive on Amazon years ago, because I wasn't sure. I didn't want to not include people that read on Nook and iBooks, but I figured out a way to take care of that group. The paperback group's always going to read paperbacks. I am half paperback person. I like to read paperbacks too, as well as digital. But in all honesty, I think what's going to be best for readers of all authors is subscription-based stuff like Kindle Unlimited is going to be a better value for you guys, just because you pay 10, 11 bucks a month. They may raise the price to 12, but you get to read as much as you want, and it saves you a little bit of money. And I know there might be some authors out there that are like, don't say that, man. We make more from the books. Well, that's because you charge $14 or $9 for an ebook. And I hope inflation doesn't get to the level where I have to do that. But it's for me, it's more about like what's best for you guys. And I have been told many times by my account managers, by business managers, by other authors, that I am wrong to discount my books when I launch them. And like discounting them 20% or 40% when I launch them is not the way to do it. Or during the pre-order, like look at the video game market. They always launch at premium price, $59.99. They always, everything is always launched at premium price. I know all of that. I know that I am losing money by not launching at full price, because I know all of you guys are loyal. You're not just readers or customers. You're like, we're hanging out here on my porch, right? Would you pay a premium? Yeah, because we view each other like friends. You want to support and all that. You're great. You're awesome people. I don't think that I don't like how that feels to say they'll pay full price, so I'm going to make them pay full price. If I lose a couple grand or more on a launch because of that, that's how I do business, and I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. And people tell me over and over again, I'm making a mistake. I'm making a mistake and I'm losing money. You know what I can do? I can always make more money. You can always go out and make more money. That money is there's 7 billion people in this world, and there's always money out there. You just have to find the way to go make it, right? I want to make more money by giving more value, right? More content, more experiences in the universe that I've created for you. That's how I want to make. If I want to make more money, that's how I want to do it. I don't want to do it by saying, well, okay, they'll pay full price. You know, that I know that's how business is done. I know that, and you're happy to do it. I get it. This is for me. This is my way of saying thank you to you guys, because I'm just some dude from Tennessee writing stories. And without you guys, without you hitting the share buttons, posting the hashtags, telling your friends, like I know Allison tells people all the time. I know Carrie tells people all the time. Ray, Jim, all of you, Robin, Laura, you guys are always, Shelly, you're always telling other people. And I know this because I don't run a lot of ads. And yet every day, I sell some more books, right? That's because you guys are telling people. Amazon's algorithm helps a little bit, but that's what it is. So I'm going to continue to launch at discount. And then, like Emergence launched at discount. I may raise it to full price tomorrow, which is only like $1 more. Okay. Oh, big deal. Only $1 more. Well, dollars matter to people, especially now. So I'm going to continue to do that. I'm going to continue to be a part of Kindle Unlimited because I think that right now, especially the way the world is, it's a great value for people, and dollars matter. So anyway, going off word magicians, it's funny. I gotta go. I'm not going to be able to read all these. Yeah, that's cool. I'm just reading through these comments real quick. I don't like to buy the chapter either. I don't like that. Yeah. Paper's easier on my eyes too. I get that. Yeah. Ooh, I like that. Now that is nice. That is very nice. Can you leave a tip? That's cool. Well, I can set up a Patreon page if you guys want to do that. I have a Patreon page, but I shut it down because the stuff that I was planning, I couldn't keep up with it, and so but I may do a Patreon at some point if that's how you guys want to do it. I know some other authors that do that, so yeah. Yeah, I don't see buying a pre-order if it isn't discounted. Those books can't wait. The author is not counting. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm with you, Chad Bennett. Hey, we'll talk about that because I'm very in favor of decentralization. I'm very much in favor of that. Control of the people. Love you guys too, Allison. Thank you. Of course. Yeah. Hey, it's like Dan Marino used to say with the isotoner commercials, take care of the hands that take care of you. Hey guys, I gotta go. I'm sorry if I missed some of your comments, but I'll set up a Patreon, Carrie, but I want to make sure I get the value in there for you guys. So, if you want to leave a tip or whatever, that's fine. That it's become a tip society. But I want to make sure you get something else too, right? So it's just like, here, hand me more money. You don't get anything. Support the author. I'm not hurting. I'm fine. But we'll do that. Sean Wyatt movie. Maybe we'll set up a Kickstarter to fund a short film. How about that? Because I've got the director for it. Student at Southern Adventist University. All right, guys. Y'all take it easy. You have a lovely rest of your weekend. Thank you for joining me on Weekends at Ernie's and Coffee Nation. I will see you on Friday for Drinks with Dempsey.